Johnny and down on ahead when I was away. But you better step back now, girl, and watch me. Are you alone? And not just with him. Are you alone? Then I like to call it what Johnny's got the inside move. Oh, yes he does. Johnny's got the inside move. Whoa, Johnny's got the inside move. You got it now, you got it now. Johnny's got the inside moves. 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 Johnny's got the inside moves on me.
There you go. Tiffany, here's the vinyl for those of you who remember what vinyl, well, I say who remember what vinyl's like, but vinyl's back in. They've been saying that for years, too.
The new vinyl.
It really is. This is the classic. One of the first albums you bought?
Yep. When I was very, very young.
Yes.
Maybe 12 or 13.
We were around the same age. Well, she was 15 when this came out, if memory serves.
Yeah, she's 6 years older than me.
So, yeah, right there in that same age range. We are right in the same age range as Tiffany. And grew up on that, and unapologetically really enjoy that song. Now, I am glad that the music that I was making at age 15 is not out for public consumption. I genuinely do not know what Tiffany thinks of this album now. Of course, it helps when you've got a good number of great musicians and producers working for you. So maybe the stuff I was making at 15
some good direction.
would be better.
Yeah,
had I had
that good direction and support.
She may look back at that fondly, and she may not.
But these are the people that inspired us to create music today. I mean, as silly as it may seem, pop music was a pretty big deal for our formative years.
1980s pop music is not the same as what modern pop music is. And I mean, if you look at any decade, like how the pop charts changed from decade to decade, there's a major difference in the landscape from decade to decade, I'd say.
I think so, too.
Absolutely. So, and of course, you can't mention Tiffany for whatever reason. Debbie Gibson was right around the same time, and both of them just being known as being astoundingly young for being on the pop charts and having successful pop careers.
Right, and both very talented.
Yeah, and still doing their thing today.
Yep, you had your Debbie Gibson, Tiffany. You had your Cyndi Lauper, Madonna. Like, there was a lot of ones like that where you
pick a side.
Almost.
Pepsi versus Coke. Xbox versus PlayStation. It was one of those.
But
you pick a side.
It was stuff that inspired people and inspired a lot of young people. And
absolutely.
Like we were talking about the Gem connection. Where
absolutely.
It seems like maybe Tiffany was.
To me, this
kind
is
of like the Gem.
That's the real life Gem and the Holograms. Without the holograms, though. but I just came up with that theory this evening, actually. The idea that Tiffany might be the closest we had to a real-life version of Gem from Gem and the Holograms.
That's true. And it was around the same time.
Yeah. And may have even been an inspiration for all I know. I don't know, when did Gem the cartoon come out in comparison?
It was the early 80s.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Yeah? Well, I want to say this was probably guessing 1986, 87, somewhere in there. I'm going to guess, and I genuinely don't know. 87!
Bam.
Came out in 1987, so now I would almost want to consult on our phone or something, but you consult at home, feel free. But maybe if Gem came out after that.
Corrections in the comments.
Yes, feel free to leave your thoughts there. And we probably should cut this here in a bit, but what I will say in the meantime is that I've still been busy.
Interested in other projects.
Yes, I've still been making music. I have not gone away entirely, despite not making these acoustic song a day ones. What I should definitely tell you about first and foremost is the Grammar Club on Patreon. It's Shale Riley, Beefy, myself, Ty, Sean, and Tanner. The six of us are making music. You could call it nerdcore meets pop meets something. I don't know exactly what we are, but it's fun for sure. And Patreons are getting new songs by at least one of us every week, amongst many other fun prizes.
Fun and kind of recharging the batteries on an old project.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun. So there's that. There is the band I'm in, Buffalo Jones, is still doing our thing. I fill in for a couple of different cover bands here in town. And the Great Mimes is another project where we released...
Really good.
Thank you. We released an album called Baker's Nine. And that's myself, local artists Don Hawkins and Andy Rumsey. One of us is in our 30s, one is in our 40s, and one is in our 60s. I won't identify which is which. But the three of us are local songwriters that decided to start making songs together. So Baker's Nine by Great Mimes, M-I-M-E-S, not Mimes. They think alike, but they can't say so because they're mimes. So there's that. I'm up to something to the effect of 13 solo albums now.
Yep, start making music. You can get it on all the usual places.
All the usual suspects, your Amazons, your iTunes, your Spotifys. And you are going to be writing songs.
Writing an album as well. I usually just sit in on some things. We've written a lot of songs together, but I'm working on a solo project that Glenn will be helping to probably co-write part of things and record.
Let's put it on the spot. Let's say it's 2018 release.
It's possible.
That's the aim. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
I have at least 2 solo albums coming out in 2018 as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you for watching, and until next time, yeah, you can have the inside moves as well. Grammar Club, Patreon. Thanks for watching.